pledge allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call.
Rob? Bill?
Yes.
Joyce? Scott?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Stan?
Yes.
Okay, we will have a moment of silence. Okay, need discussion and approval of minutes, if there's anybody got any questions on that. If not, we'll need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes, Gary.
Just a second, are they posted to the official fan page or website yet? We've been talking about the video of meetings replacing any paper. I wondered if they're even posted to the July website or fan page. Anybody know? Last I looked, maybe 4 or 5 days ago, they were not.
Yes, John, got it posted. Did you
Yeah,
get,
it's on there.
the video got posted, right? Yeah, I thought it did.
Oh, to the Facebook fan page or the website?
The official village page.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you made a motion, somebody second?
I will. Oh,
Go ahead.
Scott?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Joyce? Yep. Stan?
No.
Steve?
Abstain.
Okay, Scott,
Yeah, we haven't got the bank reconciliation because it's the first of the month, so we haven't got that done for
this meeting.
meeting, so we'll get that done. Payment listing for the month of July, we spent $95,236.79. And it looks like the revenue status for about, general fund, looks like about 71%. Street construction, we have about 75% of the revenue. State highway fund, we have 68%. Park and recreation has got 98.2%. And fire levy, fire equipment levy, 57%. Any questions? Have you guys signed this stuff too?
Okay, if nobody has any questions, we need to make a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Steve?
Yes.
Joyce? Yes. Scott?
Yes.
Stan?
No.
Bill?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, our special guest tonight is the Sheriff Bill Eckelberry. Bill, you want to go on up there?
Good evening.
Evening.
Oh, no, you can.
I'm gonna stand over here.
Okay.
Never put back.
Never put your back.
Well, always to the door or the wall.
Yeah.
I wanted to stop by this evening, considering today was the first day that the deputy assigned to the village started. He started 3 o'clock this afternoon. But he has been in town. You've probably seen the car around town past couple of weeks, trying to get the lay of the land here a little bit, maybe stop and talk to some folks. I'm gonna let Decker sell himself, because he's a very energetic young man, and I think he'll do a wonderful job for you folks here in the village, so. Decker?
All right, thank you, Sheriff. Yeah, so a little bit about me. My name is Decker Nieskern. I think Sheriff hit a nail on the head with energetic. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for the opportunity. Kind of a sales pitch about myself. Well, I'm from Seneca County. I've lived in Seneca County in the area my entire life. I graduated with a degree in criminal justice from Tiffin University. I also minored in government. While I was at Tiffin University, I interned at the Seneca County Drug Task Force. I worked alongside Detective Bell, Detective Joseph with the Seneca County Sheriff's Office, as well as Detective Boyer at the Tiffin Police Department. After I graduated, I went to the Terra Police Academy over in Fremont, graduated that academy, and got my first official police job in the village of New Washington in Crawford County. Worked that for a few months before I got hired on at the sheriff's office, and now I'm here and I'm excited about it. I've been around town, and at any free downtime I get in the county, the past couple of weeks I'd like to come out here. I've already been approached by a lot of people in the community. So you get that small, close-knit community feel, and that's something that I can really get behind, and I'm excited about building a relationship with the community and really strengthening the relationship and forming more bonds between the sheriff's office and the village of Bettsville, and I'm excited to be serving you guys. So that's all I have.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you, yes.
Thanks.
So as you know, he's slotted for 40 hours a week. His days off are gonna change every week. His hours are gonna change every day to keep it mixed up, so he's not gonna be here all the time on day shift or all the time on afternoons, but we're gonna mix him up a little. We're gonna bounce him around a little. He's a young guy, he can take it. But,
I don't need a sleep schedule. That's
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for coming. Okay. And finance and audit, Scott, you already, nobody has any questions for Scott? Police, did you wanna say something, Brandon?
Sure, I'll say something. As everybody sees, Deputy Easter is gonna be starting, so I'm excited about that. I have all the faith in the world. I think he'll do a great job. He was a great intern for us at the task force. I know the sheriff will do a great job of, managing him here as he's done for the entire county. So I have no qualms about that. Of course, it's bittersweet for me. It's bittersweet for all the officers. To this date, I have a verbal resignation from everyone on the department other than myself. I plan to stay on to assist Decker until everything's taken care of over there. There's lots of things, including the evidence room, that we're kind of probably gonna have to go through and decide what to get rid of and things like that. So as long as you guys want me to, I won't be in a capacity to really enforce anything. We'll leave that up to them. I'll just stay on to basically assist helping them.
Okay, well,
As
thank
long
you
as that's
for-
okay with the sheriff and Decker and you guys, so. The only thing that I had is the officers that have resigned, requested, since they're no longer needed, that they are able to keep their badges for like shadow boxes and things like that. And that would be up to you guys. There's some other equipment in there that I thought about donating to other departments, that maybe the sheriff department already has. I can get you a list of those items and kind of decide where I'd like to place those items if the sheriff's office does not want them. Other than that, I have nothing else. Again, I appreciate that.
Didn't you say too that they would, oh yeah, you said about keeping the badges, right?
Yes,
So,
and that would be up to you guys.
and I guess we probably should make a motion on that you say it's okay to do that. And
Yeah,
it'll
I
be in
have
the
a copy of that,
minutes
so I'll make a
and on
motion
the-
that they
on
keep
the
their
video.
shadow boxes, because once this is dissolved, basically those, they don't mean
Don't
anything
need
other
anything.
than a personal thing or whatever, so I don't see any issues with that, so.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Scott,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Joyce? Yeah. Stan,
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Thank you. And then I guess
Thank you, Brandon.
moving forward, once you guys decide to do like an official disbandment, I can help getting that paperwork through the state.
Okay.
Whatever we gotta do. I don't know what the process is, but I'll find out,
Okay.
help the process along until.
I think Linda already,
She did with the court.
With the court.
Supreme Court, so
Yeah.
she did for
Okay.
mayor's court, so I'm sure there's something we have to do with the state, to give
Okay.
them notice, so we'll take care of that once.
Yeah,
Make sure
that is.
everything's in ducks are in a row.
Okay.
That's all I have.
okay, thanks for coming
Thanks.
tonight.
No problem.
Thanks for your job. Really good. Fire Mike?
Well, sorry I wasn't here last month, I had a fire call to deal with, so, I think John reported most of it anyway. I'd like to, August 12th, the fire department's gonna have a picnic. We had it out at the park, one of the shelter houses, it doesn't matter which one. John can just tell us whatever one we just want. Have a fireman's picnic and play volleyball and whatnot. Let's see there, we're applying for some grants. The James Neville, which is the preacher for the Salem Church, is on the fire department as well. He's applying for us for some grants and stuff, which are some of them are pretty big. This month I had Keller's, we had an air problem on the tanker for some odd reason. We had no brakes on the tanker, so I talked with John and we had just had Keller's come out and look at it. And according to John, they found the fix within a few minutes and had it repaired, so. And then we had a fire the 26th of July. On the way to that fire, the tanker blew a drive tire. So I called Wilson Tire in the morning and had them come out and repair it. So the tankers cost us probably $600 for the month. So, which it is what it is. What do you do, right?
Yeah.
And also, I do have a proposal here for a truck if you guys are interested in looking at it.
They got a number for it? Should we fall over now or not?
Is it a Tonka?
$270,000.
Well,
This is the best bang for the buck. Everyone want to look at that, if you'd like. List it all out there. It's actually, Kansas Fire has 2 of those trucks. Well, 2 of the same name brand of trucks. The guy's been out several times with us to sit down and talk to us and go over the truck. We're still working on some specs. That's what they consider a pre-engineered truck, which is cheaper than buying a spec truck. It's already got certain things on there we can't change, so it's textbook.
or you will sell
Truck.
us something?
We're gonna sell 2 trucks, the tank, or aerial
Will
and
we get any
62.
kind of money from them, or are they just junk?
The one truck's
They're
probably
not
junk.
They're not junk, but they're, I mean,
Well,
they're
close to
usable,
junk.
but I mean.
The aerial, what'll happen with the aerial is probably another town or village that's looking at buying an aerial will buy it usually, because they're just starting out with the same way we started out, but I don't see getting much out of either one of them, to be honest. And that's usually how trucks really are. You really don't get a whole lot out of fire trucks to begin with.
I think we'll probably have to just go to some kind of committee on this and walk through the details and.
Yeah, there's.
And I guess we look at what options for financing and all that stuff, because.
And that guy said there's a place to call. They're out of Alabama, I think it is, and they'll go through the process with us. And he said he's more willing to come down and talk to you guys and stuff, but I figured this is the first step, I guess, we need to figure out where we're at, what we're looking at, and kind of weigh our options.
Yeah, we figure out, what we have to do to finance it or something, but I mean, we
Right.
don't have that kind of money to,
Exactly.
$250,000 that we don't have,
Right.
so.
And we can do financing and bring the payment ahead for, it's kind of like I think I was on the truck committee when we bought 61, was it? I don't think so.
No, I think that was Jim deal where he kind of worked it out.
The new one's a pumper, Mike?
The one we're specking out?
Yeah.
Yes, yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, so,
So yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. That's a start. They're the cheapest
yeah, we'll
around.
figure out how we're gonna do that, and try to get a plan to do that, and
Yep.
see what the committee wants to do, because it's a lot of money, so. But, we gotta take care of your infrastructure, so.
And the fire levy will be, the renewal will be on.
Oh, yeah, we'll see where that goes. and make
Yeah,
sure-
right. That's
I
only
think
gonna
I-
give us a little bit, but it'll help make that payment.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
And maybe we can get the association, maybe make another part of that payment or.
Yeah, I think we need to figure out what, what the payments would be and all that stuff, so we can understand how we would do that, because it's gonna have to be long term. I don't know how long you do the loans or whatever. That's what-
What did that guy tell? It might say in there for sure, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but-
He did tell me. That's been a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
So 20 years, all of us are dead, so we won't have to worry about it.
Is that,
Some of us
it
will be.
sounds like a legacy cost.
Not all of us.
Right, I was thinking, wait a minute. I don't plan on it, but hey. But, let's see, what else was there? The open burn violation enforcement thing, I haven't really had a chance to talk to the solicitor about that yet.
He couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah.
because it's what it
I
is.
guess I could talk to Carter Decker and see what he wants, how he wants to handle it too, I guess.
Steve, you wanna investigate that? Fire?
Steve, that's the only
This is it?
Don't, yeah, don't lose it.
So, any you can open that page right there, that's just a map of the truck, so. Any other questions? I think that's all I got, right? Pretty much.
We'll start the process, see what you gotta do.
Okay.
Yep. Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Clean up, Joycey?
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I didn't send anything out this month because I was waiting on this new guy. And I got lots of plans for him. So I'll be talking to you probably tomorrow or the next day, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Way to go, Decker, see?
I'm gonna be popular.
Yes, you are.
You sure you signed up for it?
Okay. John, Water Sewer Street?
I don't really have a lot. We're on the list at Fremont Fence to get the park fence fixed. As soon as AEP gets the power moved across the street, all the parts are in for the traffic light. And the big mower from the park is that Coon's getting fixed. They blew the clutch up in it. But that's all I have.
They did a traffic survey.
I have no idea what that was all about.
Okay. And another question down by me. What's going on with that bridge? I know that's county, but is there any plans in the near future of removing it, or?
What I was told is that they could fit it in this year. It would be done this year. If not, it'll be next year.
Okay,
And we're gonna, depending on the depth of the sewer main, we're gonna try and turn that a little bit to get that 90 out of it.
right,
And it'll be box culvert like we put in around town so
Okay.
far.
Just like this one. There it is.
That's all I got.
Anybody got any questions for John?
Did you hear any more on the sewer repairs out here yet?
No. I put a call into them and I haven't heard anything back yet, so.
Okay.
Okay, park, we'll be bringing that up here and after, down here in the old business, so we'll have anything to do about, zoning, Scott?
Yeah, we talked about making an amendment for the wheelchair ramps, and we're okay with doing that, so I'll adjust the zoning regulations and we'll, update that for John. As far as putting a ramp in for, people that are invalid or whatever, I mean, I don't think we should charge them to do that.
No,
so.
we're not going to, that's why I wanted to do it like that, so. You got Hellway get in and out, so.
Yeah, so I'll get that, everything adjusted and then I'll get the updated.
What about the swimming pools, the fences and stuff?
Well, if you've got a swimming pool, you're supposed to have fences around it, I mean, that's.
Well, there's several that
Yeah,
doesn't.
we probably
And
need-
there's a couple down here, that they look like they're kind of abandoned, but they're still there. There might still be some water in there from the rain and stuff. I don't know about
Now
those.
that we have a type of enforcement, I'm gonna send letters to
Yeah.
the people that I'm aware of.
Okay,
Yeah. I mean, we have the regulations, so we just gotta enforce it now.
okay.
Let's do it.
Another job for you, Decker.
Poor guy.
He hasn't handed in his badge yet, so he must be okay.
I'll get on my notepad real quick.
Okay, before we get into old business and that, I'm gonna just make a statement here that under the direction of our solicitor, we will not be discussing any of the events of this past weekend. So don't even bring it up. Old business, I think it's time that we make a move on buying that sickle bar so we can get things cleaned up around here.
What was the cost for that, John? I can't remember.
54.
5,400.
5400.
There's money in water, sewer, and street.
Yeah.
We can divide it up amongst the three, cause I use it at sewer plant
Yeah.
and use it back here.
We definitely got a weed issue that would
Yeah.
come in handy for around the ditches and stuff.
I
so.
can use it pretty much
Yeah.
anywhere,
So,
so.
I guess I'll make a motion to move forward with purchasing the unit.
I'll second it.
How much was it, John?
5400.
Bill, did you second it?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yeah.
Stan?
Yes.
Steve?
yes.
Okay, next under, no more questions on sickle bar, right? We just did.
Yeah.
Good, thank you. That'd be a big help. Next on the agenda, we'll bring Nat Mullins up on park stuff. We told him he could come back and see what kind of game plan he had.
Well, last time I talked to you guys, I said next time I wanted to have a game plan in front of you. Well, did some digging. And it's gonna take a lot more than 3 weeks to put together this business plan. So I need to talk to the right people. I've talked with Seneca Regional Planning Commission. I've talked with Seneca County Parks District. I need to talk to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. And I need to also talk with the Ohio EPA. There's a lot of people that I need to talk to ahead of time before we even start digging into expenses and what actually needs to be done out there. We need to have some studies done out there as far as, we need to make sure we're not disturbing any indigenous wildlife. We need to make sure we're doing things the right way. So, in the meantime, I think, you know, between now and the next meeting gives me plenty of time to be able to talk to the right people. But between now and then, our festival is coming up in the city of Tiffin. And I want to pass around some flyers, and I'd like to invite you guys to come out to the festival and get a taste of what we actually can put together for the community. We've done this for the last 6 years in Tiffin, never had any problems, and I highly encourage you guys to come out and get a taste of what we can bring to the community. It's a nonprofit event. We do it every year to raise money for scholarships that we've actually created to help students that are pursuing a degree in the arts. So. With that being said, I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am working on it. We've got a tentative schedule of events for next year, actually dates in mind. We've got some really good ideas, but I want to make sure that we're doing things the right way before I get anybody too excited.
Well, it's important to know, because I mean, I deal with these EPA permits and all this stuff all the time, and nothing happens fast.
Well, just to let anyone know, this is not going, we've done a lot of research, and it's gonna be next to impossible to make an RV campground next year.
Yeah.
So we're going to, the plan is to make it a primitive campground next year, where people can primitively camp. It'll be called a recreational campground. That's the plan that we're pursuing, and just so that you guys know where we're at and what we're currently pursuing. That's where we're at, okay?
No, that's okay.
All right.
It's okay, 'cause
Nate, do you
appreciate
have
your
just
time.
a couple of more of these, maybe one
Yeah,
for
actually, I
Mr.
do
Boyd?
have, I've got a larger one if you guys wanted to put it up somewhere.
Maybe at the post office.
And then I've got a few more of these, if you guys just wanna kinda hand them out to people that are here, absolutely. But I don't wanna waste anybody's time tonight.
No, we appreciate
I appreciate you guys giving me your time tonight, and I will come back next month with a very detailed plan. Okay?
Sounds good.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Nate.
Thanks, guys.
And, under old business again, I just wanted to bring up about, that ghost walk that's gonna be in town August the 4th, which is this Friday. So, if you haven't,
Well, where do you pay for the tickets at and stuff,
I don't know,
Well, I go at home on my microwave, so I don't know.
I don't think I have mine with me either. They got it on Facebook. But I wanted to bring up a reminder about that.
Was there 2 dates, or was there just one date and two times?
2 times 7 and 9, I think, on one date.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, is there a meeting place for that, where it starts, or?
that we was trying to figure that out, because
Oh.
we didn't have that in front of
I
us.
thought maybe they'd be here,
I
but
was
I
thinking
know
she said
I-
post office, but I won't swear to, I thought she said that's where he's gonna start, because then he was gonna go to the cemeteries, but I don't know if that's official or not, so I was thinking that's what sticks in my head, that she said last time.
Thank you.
Under old business too, Stan, did you get with that lady on the flags thing? Did you see if it's for, if we could use it? for
The week that I contacted her, she was on vacation and I haven't heard back from her yet. I left a couple of messages.
Okay. I got in the minutes, the Ghost Walk Betsville on August 4th from 9 to 11 p.m. Cost is $15 per person. They have waivers all participants must sign. And council approve the walk. That's what was in from the minutes, the last meeting. Does anybody have anything coming up on their old business? Okay. Under new business, Janelle? You're leading
You're up.
that.
Okay, July 23rd, we had the second annual Caceres Golf outing. And Betsville was the recipient of it this year, the fire department, and I'm gonna give you $6,000.
Thank you, Janelle. That's quite a check.
I'm so happy, $6,000.
Okay, we'll move on to reappropriate unappropriated funds in the park account. 2041-310-400-0052. I have to move the money into there to pay the final thing on the fireworks. It's the $640 that we donated after the.
I make a motion to reappropriate the funds to this account.
Okay.
I'll second it.
I'm sorry, the funds are going back to the park account
Yeah,
or back
Well,
to the
they're-
general account?
No, they're not going to general, they're going to go.
They're
so
going
that-
into
that-
appropriations,
they're
pay
appropriation.
pay for the fireworks.
Pay for the
Okay.
fireworks.
Yeah.
Did I hear something about a $640 donation to cover that overage?
No, the 640, he donated that money, before the fireworks, but the council had already only approved 14,000, so we just can't add it in there and send it to him.
Yeah.
So she has to do that, so she can make out a check, so she can pay pyrotechnics, that's the last amount we have to pay them. And this $640 was donated by Mike Gregg he's one of the guys back there that puts on the fireworks. And,
Just one last question, I'm just kinda confused. So, when it was all said and done after the 4th, were we 640 short of what we needed to pay for everything?
well, the council appropriated $14,000, so that's what we had to use by that. But then the guy wanted to donate, cause he's part of the fireworks back there putting them on, and he knew what he wanted to have in that show. And he donated that much money to cover that more. So,
$640.
$640.
To cover what we were
What?
short?
What he wanted to order for the pyrotechnics.
We
Understand?
spent more than $14,000.
We spent $14,640.
Right, so we were 640 short.
Right.
And after the fact, he wants to donate 640 to cover that.
No,
No.
we already had the money, but it
Yeah.
wasn't in the right,
It wasn't
it
appropriated.
wasn't appropriated yet. When we had to appropriate the fireworks fund, it was appropriated by council for $14,000.
So
Well, in the meantime, after this was all done and approved, then I think it was like the night before or whatever.
So on what date did he donate the 640? After July 4th or before July 4th?
I think it was like the day before. I mean, but I mean, you
Can
just
we-
can't, you can't, we have to come back to council regular meeting
You just
we can't
can't
just
take money,
take that $640 and
give it to
do
somebody,
it.
you have to okay it with council before you can spend any money.
So you think he donated it maybe a day before July 4th?
Yeah, it wasn't very much beforehand.
So then how were we short? If he donated before?
We are not short the money. We had the money, but you're not quite grasping
I
it.
guess not.
It's $14,000 you guys appropriated, so
Right.
that's what we're gonna spend. Okay? That had to go to the auditor, that's what it was put in there, that we could spend $14,000 on the fireworks. In the meantime, after all this transpired, then he wanted to call pyrotechnics and see if they had what he wanted to use, with this firework display. Then after that, then he donated the money, and we gave it to Angela, and we have to now put it in that fund to pay the rest of the pyrotechnic bill.
On what date did we write a check to pyrotechnics for either the 16, or either the 14,000?
We paid it in two increments.
I paid 7,000 June 23rd and 7,000 July 18th. And I owe 640
And the six
for the
forty.
money he donated.
Cause
Still pay pyrotechnics?
Yeah, our
Yes.
bill
Yeah.
was 14,640 that was approved last
Yeah.
month.
yeah, you guys approved the bill for that, so we just had to move the money around.
Put money into that account.
The guy give us the 640,
Oh.
but the bill was 14,640, so we have to pay them the 640.
And you guys
He
approved-
donated 640, but we have to give it to
For them now, right?
for the extra fireworks that he wanted in there. Do you
Okay.
understand what we're saying?
No, not really, but maybe I'm wrong. Speaking of that, I guess, does a council member have the ability to ask the bank to look at our council finances?
Well, what do we want?
But I mean, I don't understand what you wanna
I'm
look
just
at.
curious to see, and I just wanted for myself, confirm what she said about when the payments were made and when that 640 was. Did he write you a check and you took the check to the bank for 640?
Gary brought me a check, I deposited for $640.
On what date?
I don't know the date, it's up in my office.
Well, that's the question, that's why I'd like to look. It just seems kind of,
So now I gotta turn around and pay them that money.
okay.
That's why they wanna, I need to.
So my simple question is,
Didn't I think I gave you cash, didn't I, or didn't I not? Because,
you just said he gave you a check, that Gary guy gave you
Well,
a check,
no, not
Did I
Gary
miss
guy.
that?
No, Gary
No,
didn't.
no,
or whatever his name was.
no,
Didn't
not
you just
not
say
Gary.
he gave you a
Check
check?
or cash, Stan, I had like 15 different donations, I don't remember which ones were cash, which ones were checks.
Okay. So my question is, can I simply go down and ask to sit down and look through our information, not take any information away or
Well,
any
you
of
can't
that?
take any information.
I know
away.
that.
And
That's
guess
why I
you
just
could-
said that.
You could look at the books here and tell you when it was done.
I'd like to see the bank deposits. So I'm just asking, do we have?
Well, you can show the bank deposit, she has bank deposits right
So in other
here.
words, you're saying you don't want me looking at the bank deposits?
What-
Well,
what-
then answer my question. Does a council person have the right or ability to go to the bank on behalf of council or themselves as a council person?
I don't think so, because I think there's only so many on the card and that's who the people gonna look at down there at the bank. I mean, we have all that stuff here.
You have the right to public records.
Everything's logged in every time, every minute, every time, and when the receipts was wrote and all that.
We don't understand what you want, is what we.
Well, I
we
understand
don't-
what he wants to know when the 640 was paid and when.
If it was
and
cash
when
or check,
And the
all of
seven,
those
Well,
and the
what's
seven,
what's the difference? What's the difference, as long as it was paid, and then we owe the pyrotechnics people.
we only owe him $640 because it was set up with that thing to pay two payments. We always pay in June, first half, and then the second half is due afterward.
Right here, Gary, July 5th, $640, it was cash from my
And I
credit.
thought what, because actually the check was made out to Jim Lang and we didn't wanna do it that way. So Jim went to the bank, cashed that check, and he gave it to me. and
I thought Angela just said she took the money to the bank.
She did say,
You just said,
I said Jim Lang cashed that check that was made out to him, that Mike guy gave him, and give me cash. I brought it down here, give it to Angela, and then she put it in the bank.
okay. So from your knowledge at this time, I'm not able to go to the bank and ask to see village
No.
information?
No, I mean, it's always,
that?
it's always done by,
And you have
who's
the
on
right to public
signature
records.
cards.
And you get- I mean, look at all this public records that we have, our transaction here, but bank stuff,
So who all has the right to see the money at the bank? The mayor or Angela or who? Is there anything in our policy on that? Maybe? I'm not expecting you to know off the top of your head. I'm sure sunshine laws or the ORC covers it, but,
no.
No,
all right, I'll leave it at that. I'll just do some homework.
that's fine, I don't know, I mean, you can look at stuff here, that's not a problem. Everything's dated, everything's when it went, she's got the deposit slips when she puts it in, so she has the same thing that the bank has, and if you wanna look at what she's got, that's fine.
Just one last comment, and the answer can be, Yes, no, no comment. I guess since our sheriff's here, am I the only one that is a little confused about that whole explanation?
Yes.
Okay. You think so? Thank you.
I think they explained it.
Okay, thank you.
So Scott, you made a motion, Joyce, you second?
Yeah.
Scott?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yeah.
Stan?
No.
Steve?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Okay, next, we're gonna bring up on the contract with the sheriff's department, our payment schedule is at the end of the month, they send us a bill for that month, which then we will pay it and pay it.
If that's what you folks would wanna do, if we wanna do quarterly, we can do quarterly, but it's up to you guys.
Well, monthly's fine,
Yeah,
monthly's
monthly's
better
fine.
for you.
I thought we'd submit an invoice and then a report of his activity over the
Yeah,
month
yeah, I
at
think
the
that's
same time.
Yeah, that's what we wanted, like a report, basically what's going on, if there's any issues or anything that we need to know about. That's fine.
And it's cash and not vegetables, right?
It's cash, not vegetables.
Skip a month from time to time.
You wanna throw a goat in there too?
Really.
Okay, so everybody knows about that part. Okay. Anybody got anything else under new business? If we don't, we'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
It's easy. I'll second that, even third it.
Who made a motion?
I did.
Oh,